Lunacy. Lunacy and panic. That's what's happening right now in the campaigns. In every other campaign except for Bernie's, where it's just amazing calm. If you've been paying attention this week, you're going to start noticing that the attacks have really ratcheted up against Bernie. And they're running scared. First, you have Hillary Clinton with all her usual crazy bullshit, just flat out lying and running around like a chicken with its head cut off. But you also have attacks coming from news sources, which I find interesting and what I want to highlight. So first you have the CEO of Blackstone, a financial group, doing an interview with the Wall Street Journal, trying to pin the recent downturn of the markets and, the Dow dropping 500 points on Bernie Sanders' candidacy becoming viable. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, who the fuck is going to believe that shit? But in the interview, he talks about how Wall Street is absolutely terrified of a President Bernie Sanders. And, the usual, he's far left. And the Republicans, they're not going to save us because there's nobody on that side that's viable. Yeah, I shit you not. He really tried to pin the downturn in the markets on Bernie. Not on the artificially inflated oil prices and the bubble that they created that just popped. Has nothing to do with their greed. It all has to do with Bernie Sanders having a chance of becoming president. Like, who the fuck believes these guys? Like, you're like not even trying. Then you have Ta-Nehisi Coates attacking Bernie Sanders for not pushing for reparations. Are you fucking kidding me? Motherfucking reparations? Look, I'm a black guy, obviously. But I do not agree with the idea of reparations. Slavery was not an American problem. It was not a US problem. It wasn't a local problem. It wasn't displacing a specific set of people or a small group of people. Slavery was a global problem that existed for hundreds of years. I disagree 100% with the idea of taking tax money from you and me and then giving it to who exactly? Who would be entitled to get these reparations? Would you only give it to black people who can trace their ancestry all the way back to slaves? What if they had some sort of mixed parentage? Do they not qualify? What about people from the Caribbean who are now living in the US? Do they also qualify for this, or do they not qualify for this? It's a stupid concept. Look, what we need in society is not money. What we need is justice, equality, and an opportunity. That's what we need. We don't need money to be just given to people. That's not what we want or what we're trying to fight for. You give us an equal playing field. You give us justice. You stop the issues of police brutality, institutional racism, etc. And we will make our own path. You create Medicare for all, not profits for some. You create education for all, not profits for some. That's all we need in society. What Ta-Nehisi is doing is attacking Bernie to get some publicity. But the other element of what he's doing is he's trying to divide people on racial lines to get whites to hate blacks or think that blacks, they're just looking for a handout. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to give the Republican side a talking point. He's trying to derail the campaign. I listened to an interview with him, and he fundamentally doesn't understand what the Bernie Sanders campaign is about. He's talking about how Bernie's proposing all these crazy, wild things that'll never happen, so why can't he support reparations? Man, fuck off. Nothing that Bernie Sanders has proposed is wild or crazy. It's all stuff that's very, very, very doable. And he has plans for how to pay for them all. What you're proposing is stupid. I don't want tax dollars diverted from, providing healthcare or education for everybody to doing something stupid like giving money to some people. Okay, say the government does pay you a bunch of money now. What next? What does that do for the greater society? Okay, you have a bunch of money now. And then once you spent it, what? What do we do then? This is a very, very different scenario from what happened with Native Americans. It was easier to give them reparations, and it made sense because they were a much smaller group and they were directly targeted by the US government and dislocated by the US government. Slavery was not like that. It was a global issue, like I said before, that happened for 400 years. That was just the Middle Passage where they transferred slaves from Africa. No, this is a stupid concept, and I disagree with it 100%.